Call the meeting to order. MPO policy meeting, February 18, 2026, 1:30 p.m., City Hall Council Chambers. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Briones will help with the roll call.
Good afternoon, Mayor Dr. Victor D. Trevino,
Present.
Judge Tano Tijerina,
Present.
Councilmember Ricardo Rangel Jr.,
Present.
Councilmember Ruben Gutierrez,
Present.
Commissioner Jesse Gonzalez, Commissioner John Gettle,
Present.
Councilmember Vanessa Perez, Mr. Epigmenio Epi Gonzalez,
Present.
Mr. Jed Brown.
Present.
For the record, Mayor, you do have a quorum.
All right, thank you.
Motion to excuse the members missing. Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Both motion passes. All right, we'll proceed with citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments?
At this time,
None? All right. Then we'll proceed with item number 4, recognition of service. Recognition of Roberto Rodriguez III for his 26 years of dedicated public service with the Texas Department of Transportation, TxDOT, and his contributions to the MPO as longstanding member of the Technical Committee. Congratulations. Any words?
I wasn't really prepared for that, but I guess, yes, right. Well, no, it's an honor for me, to receive this recognition from the MPO. So I mentioned actually in City Council, how times flies, when you're having fun and doing what you like to do. I remember back in time when
How far back?
quite a few years. One of the things that I noticed, through the time is how the collaboration with the MPO. Back in the days, everybody, MPO, city, county, that we're all working on their own silos, and then we saw the need. Hey, we need to work together. We need to start building consensus and work together, everyone. And thanks to all the text that leadership, that we had from many years. We started from Melissa here in the audience, and Pete and Epi, David, they saw the need also to kind of bring everybody together. And a perfect example, is the State Highway 84. When we, the city, with the technical city engineer, quite right away, help out with the utilities, text of the construction, MPO, the funding. So that was a perfect example. And now we're just starting, I guess the text that MPO and RMA and everybody together, we're just starting to do better things, and hopefully it's gonna continue, still be supporting everything that happens in Laredo. I joined a company, which I left the car right there. I already joined a company, Entech, out of Houston, and obviously I look for a company that shares the same culture, the same mentality and vision, to do good things for the community and help out the border projects, and so I'll still be working, and you'll see me around, helping out. So I'm just a phone call away. Thank you.
And congratulations, recognition well deserved. Thank you.
Down there, you want us up here?
Yeah, can we kind of have a couple people down here as well? That way we can try to get everyone in there.
Let me go downstairs.
And then I'll have you all squeeze in. Even out a bit.
Center, get the center.
Mr. Brown, can I have you on the side?
Oh, I was gonna go down there.
Okay, yeah, you can come down here. That can even out.
Skinner, you're up here.
Alright. Perfect. Great, alrighty, over here, ready, 1, 2, 3. Fantastic, thank you.
One more picture, guys. One more picture. One more picture, gentlemen. One more picture, please.
Oh, one more question. Oh, MPO staff.
Judge, one more.
I'm gonna need some people on this side.
Over this.
can.
I got complaint already on me. And I'm not even there.
Can I have you over here? Yes. We can even out.
Are we offset?
Yeah, I still have a check here.
Alrighty. Over here, 1, 2, 3. Great, thank you.
Sounds like that's good. Thank you.
Roberto, I have a question. Yeah, complaint about me already. I haven't even been there today.
David who?
That's the second shift, first shift, district.
Wanted to say a few words as well, if I may. So, just did want to congratulate Roberto for his 26 years of dedicated service to the state of Texas, and you've been a great partner to the MPO. You mentioned you really worked on consensus. I've also learned a lot from you. Your experience definitely helped me, here in my tenure, going on 6 years now. So definitely, I learned a lot from you. Thank you for always being very accessible and being committed to the collaboration with the MPO. We appreciate that. I know I was reading through your email when you said you retired in December, and I'm like, it doesn't look like he's retired because he's had all the meetings and everything, probably more than before. So, enjoy your retirement and your new endeavors. Thank you.
All right, okay.
Mayor, motion for the approval of the minutes of the meeting held on January 21st, 2026.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Item B, discussion with possible action to approve resolution number MPO 2026-04, supporting and adopting the revised performance measures and targets of the Laredo Management, Inc., LTMI, 2025 Transit Asset Management, TAM Plan.
Thank you, Mayor. On this item, it's a resolution to support and adopt the revised performance measures and targets of the Laredo Transit Management, Inc., which is the Metro. They updated their plan and their targets because of the new buses they purchased. This already went to the Mass Transit Board in December. It was approved. Our role as an MPO is that we also have to adopt these targets and incorporate them into our planning process. I don't know if there's any questions. All we need is a
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes.
thank you.
Number 6, report and presentation, status report of the RMA.
Tacos.
That's not the report.
That's not the report. Yeah.
It's hard to follow that. Jed Brown with the RMA to update you all in your packet. As in all previous months, we try and include an update on the projects that we're working on. There's 8 active projects. The one that I think is the key one to update on is number 4 on our list, which is the build grant application. Excited to report that the number that we've gotten from TxDOT on the design cost for the overpass was less than we anticipated. In doing that, with the $950,000 from the MPO, the $950,000 from the RMA, and $500,000 pledged by TxDOT, we've been able to come up with 51.3% of the funds required for the anticipated design. I think that allows us to submit a very competitive grant application, which we'll do next week. We've been working hard on that all month, and hopefully by the end of June, we will get some encouraging news that we were awarded. I'm a little snake bitten right now on grants, but I'm still excited that we're doing that, and I hope, this is for the Vicio overpass. Yes, sir. And, like anything that we do, if we can do it in collaboration and teamwork with the county, the city, TxDOT, the MPO, and leverage our dollars, I think that's the best way that we as an RMA are able to complement the community. The other thing.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Is that gonna fly over the railroad tracks too?
Not at this time. It stops at the railroad.
Or are they gonna make it so it can be extended?
They're gonna definitely design it with that in mind. That's probably more of an epi question, but my understanding.
Yeah, we don't wanna make that mistake again.
No, sir, that is something that's being taken care of in the design, so.
So another bit of what I consider transportation news, last week the governor appointed the replacement to Bruce Bugg. His name is Pat Gordon. He is from El Paso, so that is the new 5th member of the Texas Transportation Commission. What's interesting to me is we now have 2 members on the Texas Transportation Commission that are from communities that border the river and border Mexico. I don't know that he has necessarily been appointed to be the chair. I just know he's the fifth member, and I would assume sooner than later, one of the five members will actually be made the chair, replacing Bruce Bugg in that title or that capacity.
I bet you it's gonna be, all I'm gonna say, I bet you it's gonna be one of them.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of exciting news, and so we have a new person that at some point, hopefully we'll see her in Laredo, and we get to tell them about our great city.
Great. Mayor, if I may?
Yes, go
Just a question. Mr. Brown, your name and the RMA came up yesterday during conversation during the council meeting, specifically targeting the 13-mile marker, Unitech Drive, with its expansion of, and you all were brought up there. Do you know where we're at when it comes to?
My update on that is that at our last board meeting, I gave an update to the rest of the RMA board, really more of I think we need to get involved, we the RMA, in that. We have not, the city has approached us to see how we can help, and we're still trying to identify how that works, but as far as problemed areas that need help with congestion, that would be top 2 or 3 on the list, and we want to find a way to work with the city and whomever else participates in it to try and come up with some solutions to alleviate traffic. We all know it's not a quick fix. Whatever it is going to take years, but if we don't figure it out sooner than later, it's only going to get worse. So we will, I still have to take it back to the full board, whatever we agree to do, but you have us and the advisory committee at least supporting coming up with a teamwork concept to move things along there. So
Thank you very much.
We'll work on it with the city, for sure.
Any other questions? No? We'll proceed with number B, TxDOT project updates.
Good afternoon, Jose Vargas, Laredo Area Engineer. So here to present the TxDOT project updates. First slide, like always, a brief summary on the overall projects in the office. We're about 16 active projects. We closed 15 over the last calendar year, and we're at about 700 million on active construction projects. US expansion, again, percent complete, 40%. The contractor, Jim's Construction Group, investment for this project is $344 million. The expected completion date still for the end of year 2029. Some updates here. The one on your right is the reconstructed Delmore intersection on the east end. And there on your left, you see what is going to be the newly constructed northbound frontage road. Again, some of the work items, we're working on bridge items, drainage, continue paving. We're doing tie-ins for intersections, retaining walls already going in. So you could see already some embankment on what is going to be the future overpasses at these intersections. Achar, SH84, investment for this project is $122 million. We are at 58% complete. Some pictures there of the reinforcement in preparation for concrete pavement. There in the background on your bottom left picture, you can see the bridges. We are completing the bridges as an update from the last meeting. All the utilities have been clear. So the contractor is setting up their concrete plant so we can start by maybe mid-month on March pouring some concrete already in this project. 359 widening, contractor Anderson, Colombia, investment $50 million, expected completion summer of this year. Some pictures there of the hot mix operation. We're paving the northbound with the intermediate layer. We're still going to be pending the final surface. And again, right now it's at 76% complete. This project, it was a reconstruction of 359 and adding 2 miles of divided highway as we, at the end of this project on the east end of 359. Lomas del Sur, project cost $50 million, contractor Anderson, Colombia, completion date by spring of 2028. Some pictures there on your right hand side, that's where the raised median used to be. So we are preparing that area to install the concrete barrier that is going to divide the northbound and southbound lanes, and also some flexible bays being installed for where it's going to be the newly frontage roads as we make space to drop the bridge in the middle. Percent complete, 16%. SH255 rehabilitation, here the difference would be the last 3 digits of the CSJ 006. I'm going to introduce another project here in a bit. The other one is 006, so this is a $25 million investment by Anderson Columbia. Expected completion date is fall of this year. We are at 63% complete. This is 8 miles of full reconstruction starting from the intersection of I-35 going west. We're also adding some passing lanes. Some items going on this past month. We were pouring some miscellaneous concrete items around the rails, drainage structures, and we're painting the final riding surface throughout project limits.
May I ask, why did it take so long for the striping on that? I mean, it just sat there bare and they didn't do anything for over a month.
The what, I'm sorry?
The striping,
Uh-huh.
it took so long from the stripe after the paving and everything, it was just,
Yeah, since it's not final yet, we decided to open the passing lanes, but yeah, the final surface still pending. So for the final striping, we're striping so we can move traffic back and forth. So we make some space for the paving.
okay.
We're gonna go back probably by the end of March. We should be working on that area with more hot mix on the final.
And then like when you get to Jeffries, where the split is, where you can turn, you have the left lane dedicated as a turn-only lane, but it doesn't say anything until you get right at the intersection.
Okay, we can take a look at it. That one, we're still pending to reconstruct that area. Instead of treating the base, we're going full depth hot mix. So
Because you get a lot of people that get in that turn lane, then they see it's turn only, and so they try to get back into the right lane, and there's, like I said, there's no notice as you're approaching
okay,
the intersection.
we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Right. So this is the other. It's not advancing. There you go. Another SH255 rehabilitation project. This is a $26 million investment. The contractor is CK Newberry. We started this project at the beginning of the year. This one starts at the intersection of 1472. Right now we're on the west end of 255, and we're going 7 miles to the east. So it's shy of half a mile from the intersection of FM 3238. We are at 10% complete. Here's some work at the intersection of 255 and 1472. We're doing some axial diesel, some turnarounds to have a little bit more mobility in the area. These are gonna be concrete pavements, but 255 is gonna get a full reconstruction there. This is about a 2-year project. Expected completion is fall of 2027. And with that wraps up the updates. Again, just please share the message. Watch out for workers in the road. Drive us for the speed limit and help us end the street. So, I'll take any comments, questions.
Go ahead.
Mayor, if I may, I also wanted to mention that, you know, not only have we been pretty busy on the construction side, we've been pretty busy on the project development side as well. So next month, we're gonna be letting the I-35 at Uniroyal project. That's about a $260 million project. It's gonna involve the continuation of the 6-lane on I-35, the main lanes. It's gonna involve the reconstruction of the Uniroyal overpass, and also the new overpass at Achar on 35. So the frontage roads are also gonna be changed from 2-way operation to 1-way operation. So again, that's a major project coming here. You know, that's next month, but probably in the early summer, that's when we probably gonna start seeing construction. And then in June, we're gonna be letting the last 3 remaining direct connectors at I-35 and 69. So a lot of things happening still here in Laredo. So
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? All right, thank you. Next, number C, status update by the City of Laredo Engineering on the Harshard-Ruthinger Road, SH 84, utility relocation.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Afternoon.
Judge, members of the Policy Committee, Elio de los Santos, City Engineer for the record. If I may open up, I also have a copy of what I'm gonna present, if I may pass them out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Is this the same, those others?
Yes.
This is a better version.
Do we have it there?
For the eyes?
Sorry about that. So, as, I guess on the last MPO meeting, there was a request from the Policy Committee to update the MPO on the status of the relocation of the utilities on SH 84, the Harshard-Ruthinger Road. I'm happy to advise everyone that all the utilities have been relocated. Right now, we're just working on the actual paperwork to get that to TxDOT, the letters and the as-bills as needed. The items that were pending is number one, the AEP, and number two, which were completed at the beginning of this month. And this is the whole list of everything that's been adjusted as part of our agreement with TxDOT for the SH 84, which is your road.
Good.
Great job.
Great job, man. Very good. All right. Any questions? All right, thank you. Next will be, oh, you still finished?
I'm probably gonna stay here for the next item too.
All right, okay. Number D, status update by the City of Laredo Engineering on the Calton Road grade separation CSJ 0922-33-093 and FM 1492 Fletcher, 1472 Fletcher Lane realignment CSJ 0922-33-076 projects.
Good afternoon again, Elio de los Santos for the record. If I may, for the Carlton, we have a consultant that's joining us via WebEx. If I may bring him in so he can present on that project, and then after that, I'll present on the latest update on the Fletcher Lane project.
Go ahead.
Do you have this connected?
Yeah, sir.
Can you hear us, Osama?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen, or you want me to put up your presentation?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay.
If you can go ahead and you share your screen, it doesn't want to work. It is always turning off with me. I have no idea why. Zoom is.
You can share. That's what you said.
Yeah, if you can share the screen, you can share the presentation.
Yes, I
and
can.
I can go through it.
Let me open it up. So.
Thank you.
Let me know when you want me to move on to the next slide.
Next slide.
You want to introduce yourself, Osama, and your team?
Yes, I'm sorry about that. My name is Osama Shahawi. I'm the project manager for Arcadis North America. I'm representing the company for this project, the Calton Road. If we just such as I'm having problem, it is what sharing my screen to.
I'm showing your screen, your presentation, if that's okay. Can you see it?
No, I see only. I can see the presentation, but it is not open. I can see the file.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about
Thank
that.
you. Okay. The project, it is located in the Western Corridor. It is part of Phase 2 in the city development in Laredo. And the project, it expand, it is about 1,900 feet. And it pass over the railroad, the BNSF main track, and Rio Grande turnaround railroad. That's in two locations. If we can go to the next, the project, it is, as you see it, it extend from Warehouse Lane to almost East Torso Plaza. It is the new development for putting a bridge to be overpassing this area for traffic and connecting the area with not impacting the railroad or having any railroad impact for crossing. If we go to the next, what happened in this project on this addendum, that's addendum 12 for this project, it was extended to be having an additional survey. It was requested to be having an additional survey 1,000 feet in the railroad track to make sure that is what we are satisfying the BNSF vertical clearance. It is required by them. The survey it was completed and it was reviewed, and the plan it was developed based on this survey, and all the data it was provided and it was checked by TechStop. If we can go to next one, please. As you know, it is going to be having a bridge. The bridge is over there. It is a new separation. It is, as I mentioned before, it is crossing over the Union Pacific Railroad main lane and Rio Grande rail. The bridge, it is going to be about 5 feet, 5 span steel plate girder bridge, and it is almost about 866 feet overall. The bridge approaches, it will be supported with MSE walls, that is part of the development, especially it is what we are having confinement, especially for the space that we can't use anything else, that is we have to be using MSC walls. Both the project and the roadway, meets the railroad, meets the railroad and the TxDOT expectation for minimum vertical clearance, and it is already passed and has been reviewed. For the roadway plan is completed 100%. It is a roadway. It is approaches, and some of the intersection, that is as we are crossing some of the street and the development underneath the bridge in some certain area. The plan was updated and it was reviewed by the DOT, and all the comments has been addressed, and we already having the approval for the BPLR review from the DOT. We received it already to commence with the plans. If we go forward. For the utility, we are having the utility, which it can be a separate package, and we suggested that is what, if we can have an early release for the water and sewer, that it can be released by the city, because it has been already completed 100%, and it is not going to be having a big impact. That is what, if we separate it, or we can join it with the other project, as we are letting the whole project together as one piece. For electrical and telecommunication, already it is Charter and AT&T still they did not relocate. They are proposing to relocate their utility, but they are waiting and pending only for the construction and the start date, which that's we are going to be going through later on. For utility crossing, we are going to be obtaining a new permit, because it is our permit, it has time limit and it is already expired. We need a new approval from the Union Pacific. For getting the approval from the Union Pacific, we have to have another new review from them. If we go to the next one, will be regarding Exhibit A for railroad. As we are done and we are completed all the plan with the DOT and having the BLR and we have everything, it is we found that is the railroads, they have a time limit for the approval for Exhibit A, and we already passed this approval, so they are asking us to be initiating the process again one more time. So for us, it is just the city is going to be setting up a kickoff meeting with the Union Pacific representative. That is to initiate the process. Once it is was to initiate the kick-off meeting, we are going to be submitting a package of plans and drawing, just showing it is sufficient enough for the railroad to review and go through, and after that to know what is the limit of our project and what is the impact of the railroad right of way, and we can get the approval in that. Unfortunately, it is what this process, it takes a longer time. It is just sometime it goes for a year for the railroad, but we are hoping it is what it will be shorter than this. Once we have this process, it is already completed, we can submit for the final submitter for the DOT, and we can go for construction after that, and we'll go for letting. We are expecting it is what we are not going to get the approval until the end of the year, this year. So it is a construction, it is not going to be starting unless if it is just going to be maybe early, it will be spring of 2027. And that is really, if we get the approval that quickly from the railroad. Or
Yes, you have a question?
No, I'm just saying, how long is this project? Over 20 years?
It's about 20 years, I believe.
And then,
this,
did anybody take into consideration all this time that the railroad gets to review the plans when you all change from concrete to steel, or was it steel to concrete? I forget which way. Somebody decided it was gonna be cheaper, and it's been, what, 5 years now? Nobody takes that into account?
yeah, the delay in time, it is actually, it is out of the hand. It is just for it. It is just one of the problem. It is just because that is we are having delay, and the delay would extend it. That is what for doing the survey, and after that looking for the bridge to be concrete instead of steel to save money. All of that, nobody was realizing that is what it is just, it is we are running out of time with the approval of the railroad. So they sent us a letter and they told us that's what that is already expired and we have to be submitting a new one. So it is just actually it is I can't answer that is why it will be taking that long, but it is the railroad. Usually it is what in anywhere or any part of the United States, it takes very long. It is very small group, and they have a lot of backlog, a lot of work. I'm not defending them, but that is what is happening, and what they always tell me. And it takes a long time. It is what to be getting the approval, and somebody it is what to be going through the plans.
I know, but I'm saying that's what needs to be taken into account when you decide to change the plans to, you think you're gonna save money, and we didn't save money, and construction cost is probably up 30% since that. We don't have a railroad, and then I don't know if the city has a problem, because from what I think it was 10 properties that were affected. I don't know how many went through condemnation. And from what I understand, there's actually a limit if you don't execute anything after the condemnation. So I don't know if they have recourse or not, you know. But I'm just saying, I don't know what it's gonna take to get this project finished, and even if it's needed anymore.
It is actually, all what I'm hoping, it is actually, you will need it sooner or later. It is what for the impact for the railroad, especially it was for rail crossing, and with the growth of community, and it is going to be having a lot of traffic over there. It will be very expensive to do it later on, but that is, it is one thing. It is what you have to realize. It takes some time, especially it is we don't have anything to begin with in a road. That's what we are trying to establish, a new bridge and a new development, and I understand I am hoping it is what it will be the last leg. That's what we are having right now. It is what getting the railroad approval, and we are getting the letting.
Let me ask you though, so you have the old set of plans, you have a new set of plans. The old set of plans were approved. The new set of plans have yet to be approved, is what I understand?
Yes.
Can we go back to the old set of plans? And said you already approved it, let us do that.
It doesn't work this way with the railroad, since it is what it is, we already, all right. For the railroad, that is, they give you a permit, that is what to be doing your analysis and doing your
Well,
design.
it's just a question. I said, can we, is it a possibility to go back and say, look, guys, you already approved this, everything's gone through the paper, gone through all, whatever offices, up the chain of command, you approved it, we wanna go back and just start this project the way it was, bid it out the way it was the first time. And get it done.
We have to ask this question for the TXDOT project manager. It is just, it is, we can, I am not the one that is what he can answer this question, because that is what she is the one she can decide.
Can we just talk to him? Okay. And Mayor, I think, we need to have a county, city joint resolution and get everybody on 35 and, you know, everybody we can, and go to the legislature and
But-
say, we need to have action to be able to, at least TxDOT, be able to put an overpass, you know, with, as long as their engineers meet their minimum requirements. Like, I know it's gonna take, again, legislation, and you all going to Washington pretty quickly. I think we need to start pounding on them, saying, this is not acceptable, that they can hold up projects for so
Yeah.
long.
20 years.
But just one thing, it is what I want to clear it up actually for this answer. It is just to make sure about it. If we are having old plan or new plan, the railroad as different entity, it is what they are giving you the permit, and they give you a certain time for their permit. It is just, it is, they are having only 2 years. The same thing like if I buy a piece of land and I'm going to build on it, you are giving me something 6 months or 1 month or a year to build. If I didn't build, they are going to fine me. So for them, their permit expire if we are not going to be doing the construction within the time limit that is we told them and we suggested in the beginning.
Again, I think that's some legislation that, you know, I'm sure has been attempted before, but, you know, it doesn't hurt. I think we have to have a unified voice and go there and keep pounding and pounding and pounding, because this happens all over the country. I mean, not only TxDOT, I mean, I'm sure every transportation, you know, in every state has the same battle with these railroads. You know, they should have their minimum standards, and the state will build to that standard, and, you know, and if not, the state has a liability. You know, that's just the way it's gonna be. But it's just crazy, because they're holding up so much commerce.
Right. And, you know, to put something onto that, what would be the mechanism for us to, as the MPO, to put out a communication regarding this time concern that, first of all, to identify what was the reason, number two, if we can shift to the previous plans that were approved already. This is something we need to communicate. What would be the mechanism for that?
Yeah, and the reason it comes before the MPO, it's because there's a federal earmark on it. So with that federal earmark, we do have to carry that on our transportation improvement program. You know, that's why these updates happen frequently here, or, you know, sometimes sporadically at this meeting, to keep that communication going. And that's one of the reasons why these project updates have been coming to this body. The city is the project sponsor, so they're working on this project. And then, of course, TxDOT has that oversight. So there's project managers on both sides that work together. The MPO's role right now at this point really is, again, just making sure that it's on the planning documents that it needs to be on, and that we keep that communication going. That's something the board wishes, right? It can be more frequent too. That's something you all request. Again, this funding is a federal earmark. It's not funding that came from any of the MPO funding categories, like Category 7 or anything like that. But because of the federal earmark, we need to continue to show that on our transportation improvement program.
And you would think even a federal earmark should have a higher designation with the railroad, saying, hey, you know, federal money, we're gonna be doing it according to the federal regulations and all this kind of stuff. And they still hold you hostage.
Mayor, if I
Yes,
may,
go ahead.
we have our TxDOT project manager here. I don't know if you all have any questions for our project manager, or.
Well, it's just, how can we help you? How do we go to the legislature and say, and the federal legislature and say, TxDOT needs the ability to design an overpass the way they need to design it. And, you know, these railroads have to set their minimum standards, and as long as it's above the minimum standards, they shouldn't have to review or do any of that.
Yeah, well, again, it's just kind of my, I guess, 2 cents, you know, there are standards, but I think because this project took a significant amount of time, those standards did also go through some
We understand
revisions,
that,
right?
like it's 20,
so anyway,
20 years.
Sorry?
I thought it's 20 years.
Of course, and unfortunately, you know, the railroads, because they were here first before the road, basically, we have to go through the same process when we have to build a structure either over or
But
under
I'm
the
just saying,
railroad.
like, I remember sitting here, and when they came and they brought us, now we have to go, saying, they had to go back because I believe they were going from a concrete structure to a steel structure, saying to save money, and we're just looking at it and going, and I don't know how many years ago that was. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I couldn't tell you, you know, because all this kind of stuff kind of runs together here. But here we are, and like I say, I don't think we saved money. I'm sure construction costs has gone up, you know, tremendously since then. So,
Mayor, if I may add, yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Commissioner Gato, yes, this is something actually that I think a lot of MPO directors have expressed also at meetings with the Texas MPO Directors Association. It's an issue that they have, right, statewide, like you mentioned. The MPO Directors Association does have a legislative committee, so this is also something that I can bring up to that committee to see if we can get some traction there. So I'll do that.
All right. Very good. That's good. All right.
so I guess the bottom line is, where are we at?
Can you continue, Osama, with your
Well,
presentation?
I really don't,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know how everybody else feels, but it's very hard to understand it.
Okay.
What is the bottom line?
So I think we're anticipating, Osama, correct me if I'm wrong, to be completed with the whole review by 2027,
Yes.
January,
When?
January
27th of
27th.
next year?
Next year.
Oh, the overview,
The whole review of the UP and all Texas review.
a year more just to review.
That's correct, right, Osama?
That is what is the railroad tell us, that is what it is 1 year, but sometimes they can bounce within 6 months and they can give us the information.
But when did we give them this information? It's been,
Once we have the kickoff meeting, which it is, the city, it is working on it right now.
So we're working with UP to have a kickoff meeting by the end of this month. That's when we'll get that rolling with the railroad company.
okay, I don't understand. Were you here when they came to us? Did you make the change?
How many years ago?
Well, you've been here 10, no? 12. You've been here 12. It was in those 12 years.
Yeah, I was already here, so it's been within 5 years, but I was here, so it was probably within 5 years. when we made the
5
change.
years ago, y'all came and said, again, I'm sorry, you weren't here, but, you know, they came and said, we're gonna change from concrete to steel. I think, or was it the other way around?
The other way around.
Okay, so we're going from steel to concrete. Okay, so how come there was no, I mean, they told us at that time it had to go back to the railroad for review. And we're here 5 years later and just now gonna go for review?
Another year.
If I may, Anna Duncan with TxDOT for the record. Railroad actually came back to us because the design was still on hold. They pulled out completely to say, until you have a completed design that has been approved through our bridge division, we will not reignite, and start up the process again. So that is where we're at right now. Typically, the holdup on these types of projects, which we all know, is when you're trying to acquire a large amount of right-of-way, when you're trying to relocate a lot of utilities. And if you go back to the history of the project, that was what the holdup was in the first 10, 15 years, was trying to get all that right-of-way and utility coordinated. When we finally did, the PS&E had already been developed. It was already still going. That has become outdated, and we've needed to review.
Yeah, I mean, everything.
Very much so. And the time that it takes to get from one submittal to the next was a little too stretched out, that even when you're reviewing to review again, you're not looking at the same thing anymore. Our TxDOT specification book, which is how we design and construct all of our projects, is reviewed and we get a new edition every 10 years. We've already had 2 updates with this project. So even these plans that we have right now have not been updated to the 2024 spec book. So that's another thing that's gonna have to be looked at. There's a lot of little things, and honestly, with the right-of-way already in place, with the utilities already cleared, it shouldn't be more than a matter of, going back and developing that project plan set and the estimate, going from the beginning to the end like you would on any typical project, within the span of about a year to a year and a half. You should be able
You
to.
know, all that offsite stuff shouldn't have had any impact on
On all the what, I'm sorry?
all the offsite stuff, the condemnation and stuff, because that's not railroad property that you condemned.
No.
So why, I don't understand why the delay. I mean, I understand about the planning, the PSE and all that, but I'm saying it was offsite material. Like I said, spanning the actual right-of-way of the railroad shouldn't have changed too much. And I think that's the only part they have oversight over, right?
Yes.
So, I guess from now on, we have to design just the part that goes over the railroad first and don't worry about the rest
And
of
we
it.
did, that's the bridge design. You can't go to construction until you have your complete plan set. The bridge may have been reviewed initially and approved in 2006, 2007. It got re-evaluated and reviewed again with updated design standards again, probably in about 2010, 2011. We've received it again and we've asked for the resubmittal. On one of the last ones, we actually did, what is the minimum we need to update to be able to move forward? And we were able to accomplish that. Our bridge division came back with the recommendation, a suggestion to change to a concrete bridge to save money. That was evaluated by the city. It did take some time and they chose to stay with the steel bridge. So those things are what moves it. But we have to be with the latest standards. We can't be just because we're ready with plans that were developed in 2008, 2009, go and construct that, because we just can't, we can't be doing that to be good stewards of the money that we're going to be spending on this project.
Yeah, but I'm saying you see what the complications are.
I understand. I've been with this project almost from the beginning.
So there has to be a better way.
Understood.
Like I say, especially when you're dealing with the railroad, there just has to be a different way. And so,
Understood.
I would, again, implore that we put some kind of unified voice and we get with every MPO in the state, we get with TxDOT, we get with other states and approach the legislature and saying, this has got to change because we just can't move forward. But anyway, we appreciate it.
They have been waiting on us to submit.
Yeah, but now they're saying you're gonna submit here next month, and they're gonna, a year to review? What is there to review?
It's a completely new design.
But what do they
But
care?
the plan sets.
What does the railroad care of anything besides what's flying over their property?
That's the bridge.
I
That's
know, that's all it is. So what else is there to review? Why should they care about the rest of the road? They shouldn't have any input in it.
They don't.
Well, then what else is there to review? I mean, they need a year to review
That
TxDOT specs?
they will expedite and move quickly through it, but they will not commit to less than a year. Now, from when we submit, it could be less time than that, but they will not commit to less than a year until they're able to see what they have to work with. It's not going to be the same people that were reviewing the initial plan set, so it's not coming back and picking up where you left off. It's literally starting from the beginning with a completely new team.
Next time we come up here, it might not be the same people up here. All right, I thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Start all over again, a year all over.
I think that's it on your presentation, right, Osama?
Yes, I'm done with that.
Unless anyone has
Thank you, everyone.
any further questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Osama.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, director's comments?
Yeah, we're still on that same item, but it's just a quick update on the Flecha Lane project.
Mayor, if I may open up,
Yes, go ahead.
So, just to, I guess, bring everyone back on this project, the Las Cruces, Flecha Lane realignment project. Let's see if I can zoom in. So this project is Flecha Lane on the west side and Las Cruces on the east side, kind of realigning that to better make that connectivity between the two roads. And this is what we're actually gonna be constructing, right? This side is Flecha and Las Cruces on this side. We'll be realigning the Las Cruces Road, closing this section here and doing a cul-de-sac. So this project has already been awarded to the lowest bidder. It went to council January the 20th, and we issued the notice of award to the lowest bidder contractor, Ring Contractors. Today we're gonna be having a pre-coordination meeting with the contractor and TechStop after the MPO meeting. After that, we'll be having a pre-construction meeting. Following that, we'll be issuing a notice to proceed to the contractor. So I just want to bring that update to the MPO. We're also planning on doing a ribbon cutting, which we will be reaching out to your offices to formally invite you for that ribbon cutting ceremony. We don't have a date yet, but once we have that, we'll make sure we have a couple of dates available within a week so we can invite everyone to that meeting. The quick numbers for that project is a $4.4 million project. The estimated construction time roughly around 6 months from the moment they start.
Can we go back to the design?
The layout, the overall layout?
No, the one before.
This
So
one?
we were just on there. The corner cuts, they look like they're the radius is a little wider. And is this TxDOT or is this city?
Texas and City.
Hmm?
Both.
Okay. You know, I just hate seeing these corners, the radius is a little too sharp on them, and how many times you go and you see all the corners are run over by the 18-wheeler, you know, because they don't take a wide enough turn and continue to trash that, so.
We can definitely link into it. We'll look at it and see.
Well, this one actually, the one on the very bottom looks like you got a much bigger radius.
Okay. We'll look at them.
That, you know, the top one, not so much, and then I don't know about over here. So is that, the road will not go through anymore?
No.
Okay, so that La Cruces will be blocked off there?
At this over here.
Okay. And, what is that hatched mark area?
That's what's gonna be removed.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's gonna
that's
be
where
the
it's gonna be
demo,
removed,
okay. And those curves are all right for 18-wheelers? Cause you're probably gonna have some queuing up there. All right, very good.
Any other questions?
Good luck, another project, how long is that one? How long is this one?
6 months
No, this,
from the time it starts.
huh? This is at least 15 years, no?
You're talking about time from when we first started?
Yeah.
Probably. It's one of the older projects. So this one's finally out.
And then we buy, what, did you have to buy out the Pizza Hut, or no?
Yeah. It's where the pizza hut's in the corner.
Okay, any other questions? No?
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right. Director's comments.
All right, thank you, Mayor, appreciate it. Quick updates, on February 10th, Ms. Briones from our staff attended the Board Trade Advisory Committee meeting in Eagle Pass, Texas. And our mayor and our representatives from the county were there as well, representatives of TxDOT. Those were a really good meeting. The development of the 2030 Transportation Improvement Program is currently in progress. We're coordinating with the project sponsors, like the city, TxDOT, RMA, county, and of course, Metro. So we're in that process. We're hoping to present a draft tip to you all at the April meeting, with the final approval expected in the May meeting. Another thing on the report, the RMA has requested a letter of support for their application to fund, for funding through the Better Utilizing Investments to Leverage Development, known as the BUILD Grant Program. This grant request is for funds to support the design of the YCO interchange at I-35. I know at last month's meeting, we had an item to allocate additional funds for the design phase of that. So this is a project that's on our project list that we're in support of. The request came in before we did the agenda. So, and they're asking if the director can sign that letter, so I'll be going ahead and providing that, letter of support to the RMA.
Mayor, if it's okay, and Juan, if it's okay, it's
Yes,
in the
of
middle of
course.
your.
Yeah.
I should have thanked y'all, by the way, Judge, Mayor, earlier for the letters that y'all provided. That this really helps strengthen our application, so this is on the same subject, but thank you, gentlemen, for this.
Great, you're good. We're also working on a request for proposal for the South Laredo transportation planning study that's programmed in our FY26 UPWP. It's been developed already, so we're anticipating to release that in late February, early March. We're just waiting to hear back from TxDOT on if there's going to be a disadvantaged business enterprise goal that we need to put on the RFP. Also, there's a new handbook that was developed by TxDOT and MPO representatives. I had the privilege of serving on the handbook advisory group for the state of Texas, for the TxDOT, for that programming handbook. So that's, the link is here, but I'll be emailing that to you as well. It's a good handbook for, orientation for new board members, staff, anybody that, works with the MPO. So we'll be providing that handbook via email. The next Transportation Commission meetings have one on February 26th, March 25th, and April 30th. And I did want to mention, it's on the report, but also got this after we sent out the packet. There's going to be a meeting here in Laredo at Embassy Suites on March 3rd. It's going to be on the Border Trade Master Plan and the I-35 Corridor Study Workshop. I'll also send this by email to the committee so I can see that. I saw that the mailing list, a lot of you are already on there, but we'll go ahead and resend it. It's a good opportunity to engage with TxDOT on these initiatives that they have. And then lastly, the next upcoming meetings for the MPO are Active Transportation Committee meetings February 25th, Technical Committee March 10th, and our Policy Committee scheduled for March 18th here at Council Chambers next month. Are there any questions on my report?
Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you. Any more communications?
Yes, Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
I have a video here. I know it's on our tip or whatever. The third lane on 35 going to the checkpoint. Came in yesterday, and I don't know if we were able to show it. Is there any way to show this video? Like
You have it.
the overhead projector? On
Yeah,
my phone.
USB or something? I'm not sure.
No, it's just on my phone.
You want to put it on, on the
We can
screen?
put it on the screen.
The echo.
I get somebody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luke.
The other way around.
It's upside down. No, one more. There you go.
There.
Light a little.
Anyone see?
Yes.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me go and put a play.
This is at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
This is every day though. And what I don't understand on this situation is this, I mean, they only drive for 10 hours. This is idle time that they are wasting, and that guess who gets affected there? We do, the consumer, because it gets passed on. So it's a constant situation. We have a truck driver here, you should know.
Yes, sir.
Councilman, it's just something that just bothers me a lot.
Commuters, yeah.
You think we're the #1 inland port in the United States, and look at this. You think they wanna come and service here?
So that goes all the way to Callahan. Yeah, over past the Callahan. So I know it's on the, already in the works, but I think it's, 4 years down the line? How do we expedite this?
Okay, so if I may, so we have been having meetings with CBP, and, we do have that project that, where we're gonna be adding those separate, commercial lanes and, just to allow passenger vehicles to not have to kind of intermingle with commercial vehicles at that Charlie 29 checkpoint. We have, one of the things that we talked about, here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, is for them to actually, for CBP to actually construct a kind of a detour onto the
Frontage road.
frontage road.
I mean, that seems like a simplified idea. If you just diverted the trucks onto the frontage road,
Well, but it's only for about 1,000 feet,
whatever it is, but we just, and maybe we gotta say, put a divider saying, car traffic only, or we gotta put an extra shoulder for that in the interim. I don't know if there's any, Callahan needs any access there. But I'm saying, you already have that 2-lane road there.
Yeah.
Cut it over, get them on that, get the trucks, all trucks have to go there, and just leave the car traffic, passenger vehicle.
So this is a little bit different. We're looking at that, basically where that last driveway on the frontage road is, basically from that point, moving.
Anything
moving the
will
truck.
help.
Yeah, so that was, again, I understand your frustration. I mean, and trust me, it's a frustration that I also share, right? Because, it's, this, obviously this didn't just start overnight, right? It's been probably years, if not, maybe at the time we're talking about Calton, we're already experiencing some of these things, right? So again, we're trying to do everything we can to expedite, that particular project. We are trying to see if we can maybe, shift the center lane of, 35, west, so that we don't have to acquire right of way. If we're able to do that, then obviously that project can be a.
Don't you own all the right of way between the frontage road and the interstate?
Yes, okay, so if we keep the same center line, right, we would have to buy right of way on the east side, right, to accommodate.
Why?
The truck lanes and the frontage road, because we'll still have to maintain access to those ranches along the
But I'm saying
frontage
you
road.
have,
So we're looking at
but how much
shifting.
space do you have between the frontage road and the interstate? There's enough for at least 2 lanes in there.
Well, we're proposing 3 truck lanes and 3 passenger vehicles.
What I'm saying, if you can just do 1 passenger lane,
I know, but.
and you get, like I said, if you do 3 lanes, you get 2 truck lanes, 1 passenger lane, that's a big help.
So what we're looking at is trying to realign the center line of 35, because we don't want to just find a solution for 5 years from now. We don't ever want to deal with this thing, and we don't want our kids to have to deal with this, right? So we're looking for a solution that's not just gonna be a short-term solution, but a pretty permanent one, right? So anyway, so that's one of the things that we're looking at to try to expedite the project and, get the desired capacity, not just for now, but for a really long time into the future, right?
But if I may.
Yeah, sure.
As much as I admire and I appreciate your forethought of looking at 25, 30 years down the road, this is one of those situations where we have a fire and the fire is really, really out of control. It needs to get watered down pretty quick. And so that's the best analogy that I could give you, is that it really needs to, there's something that needs to happen, even if it's temporary. I mean, I get it. I know we're looking at Fort, and I like that. I appreciate that, but we gotta do something right now.
And that's what we're having those conversations with CBP, right? I mean, so, to try to find some quick relief, while we get a chance to build that other project, so.
Yeah, 'cause you could put 2 more lanes between the frontage and the interstate. Well, I'd give you a total of 4 lanes and keep in the frontage. So, and if you move the center line, that's fine. Well, you got the railroad on the other side, so it kind of hinders you a little bit. So really, you need to go east, not west.
Right. Well, we're talking about the main lanes, not necessarily.
understand
I mean,
the
the
main
frontage road would stay, the frontage road to stay where they're at. It's just shifting the main lanes to accommodate that, right? But anyway.
I mean, you're taking and put a Jersey barrier in the middle, or what?
Yes, correct. So we'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, you got
some of the exhibits.
You probably got another 2 lanes in the middle, no?
I'm sorry?
So you probably have another 2 lanes in the middle, and then 2 lanes on the east side.
Correct. So we're looking at that ultimate, typical section is 3 lanes for passenger vehicles, 3 lanes for commercial vehicles, and then the frontage road.
And what would happen if we just said, all commercial vehicles have to get off on the frontage road? Like Callahan,
Like all of them?
all of them.
Well,
If they gotta go through the checkpoint, cause it ties right in, I'm just looking at it right here on the map, they could easily, they could have 2 lanes.
One would be probably the frontage road would last probably about a month or two.
One would what?
Because, I mean, the pavement structure on the
pavement.
main lanes is significant compared to the pavement structure on the frontage road. So that, I mean, if we were to put all the commercial vehicle on the frontage road, it wouldn't last more than a few weeks or a month, you know, so.
Well, then I would go back and I'd say right now, I'd tear up, rebuild the frontage road and then shift everybody over there and then get straight in there.
All right.
Anyway, again, that's just whatever we can do to expedite because, like I say, it's costing people money and you get passenger vehicles that are driving in the middle median, trying to go around these trucks and the trucks don't care and,
Right. And the other thing, Commissioner, is on putting traffic on the frontage road, remember that frontage road is two-way, right? So in essence, you would only get one lane for the commercial vehicles, so you're still gonna have to be.
But it's a dead-end road, so it can only, I don't know what it services, and I think it only services Callahan. So I'm sure
There are some property owners in that area that we can't just.
Well, it stops at the Border Patrol. Yeah, we're looking at it right here, it stops at the Border Patrol.
Correct. And there are a few driveways in that area that we can't just.
But I think it's, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think it's all Callahan.
There's a project for that checkpoint station to be modernized or expanded.
Yeah.
That's a federal project. When is that timeline for that? Do we have that information?
There's no budget yet, no?
I
Just
think-
for design only.
So there's design only.
But there was only a budget for design, not really for construction.
All right, so.
But hopefully, for the better.
One of these years.
That's correct. It's only for, my understanding, it's only for the design of the facility, so. And that's what we're trying to work with them and see like, hey, whatever we build now, we definitely don't wanna have to throw away in the
Do it
future,
again,
right?
yeah,
I mean, we wanna make sure that it fits with whatever the ultimate is that they're proposing out there, so.
Epi, Mayor, if I may, please.
Yes.
Epi, what do you recommend, I'm gonna totally switch it, now let's go southbound. Way over there, before Rio Bravo, Modular Road, it used to be the Softon facility, operation, I think Lone Star, Border Star, one of those. We're getting ready to open up a Southern Public Health facility there, it's about an 11,000 square foot building. And it's gonna service, residents from even Laredo. So we have Ruth Picao, we have Gateway Health Clinic, Public Health, and other services that are coming in there. What I noticed today when we did a walkthrough is there's no either turning lane to go in or acceleration lane to go out. What do you recommend there? Because now you're gonna have traffic going in and out from that road. Before, obviously, it was just
Right.
dead end.
So anytime we have a facility like that, right, where whether it's an existing driveway, that, maybe serviced a few people, and now all of a sudden you're gonna have hundreds or
Everyday
maybe
traffic.
even thousands of people coming through that facility. That's one of the things that we look at when we're, as part of the access management, right? What type of improvements would be needed to make sure that we have, that there's safe and adequate access for egress and ingress, right, out of that facility. So again, if you all have folks that are working on that, we'd be more than happy to take a look at it and provide our input on it. So
Okay, so we'll have our engineers reach out to you guys. Thank you.
absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Any other communications? No?
Motion to adjourn? Second.
Motion to adjourn second, all in favor? All right. Opposed, motion passes, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Mayor.
Very good, thank you.
I spoke to the